The needless war in the Middle East. I mean, the US and Israel on the one hand versus Iran on the other hand entered day 7 today. And unfortunately, as is always the case, when two elephants fight, or in this case, three elephants, the grasses will always suffer. And that's exactly what's happening in the Middle East. As we speak, the death toll, particularly on the Iranian side, is close to 1,700. But you look at the origin of all of this issue, it was a war that was avoidable, particularly when you look at the trajectory of the IRGC and, of course, Iran as a country with so much wealth, so much natural resources, but chose the path of sponsoring extremism and terrorism across the world, with Hamas in Israel, with the Houthis in Lebanon, with the Houthis in Yemen, and of course Hezbollah in Lebanon, and several other atrocities across the world. I've heard people say, well, India, Pakistan, Israel, United States of America, and several other countries, they all have nuclear weapons. So why shouldn't we allow Iran to have nuclear weapons? But you can see a taste of what Iran would have done if they had nuclear weapons, with what they are doing around the Gulf states, talking about Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Qatar, name these Gulf countries that have been attacked with missiles flying in every now. That's just a foretaste of what would have happened if Iran had nuclear weapon. They've come out to say, look, the nuclear weapon they are working on is for peaceful activity. But you and I know that's not true. If they have access to nukes today, US will be in trouble. And Israel, a country that they have vowed to wipe out, will be in trouble. Imagine all the energy, all the resources, all the time wasting on all of these activities on their Islamic agenda across the world. If they put those times, resources into judicious use to better the life of their people, I'm sure it will be far-reaching. I think it's time for world leaders, China, Russia, NATO, Europe, and even Africa, to help to broker peace, particularly countries like Oman and Qatar, who were at the forefront in trying to broker peace to avoid a war. They should be more drastic. They should just endure all that Iran has done to that country in recent time. I'm hearing President Pezeshkian of Iran saying, well, under the present circumstances, he gave them no choice, an alternative on what to do to ensure that they felt their impact in the war. And they apologized for all the missiles they've been throwing into different countries, particularly in the Gulf states. Well, that's for me, is mercy after death, because that they are doing, these Arab countries, they have a right, a legitimate right on who they will give their country to. You can tell them what to do with their country. So we hope that they will all listen to the voice of reasoning and reign in peace, because no matter how bad the situation is, as always the case, all the warring factions will always come to the negotiating table for peace to reign. That's what I hope will come into reality anytime soon.